Hey, welcome back. And we are doing a special podcast. Myself, Nicole, and my dorky co host, Dooney. Say hi.
Hi.
You gotta sound more excited than that.
Oh, don't you love the Halloween movies as much as I do? See?
Uh,
Jax doesn't either.
I I guess not. So obviously today we're doing a special on Michael Myers, all the Halloween movies. You'll come to know why I like Jason more. I still love Michael Myers. Don't get me wrong. I still love him, but I'm more for Jason.
Yeah, I think we should discuss this at the end of all 11 movies when we rated it. Why you think Jason is better?
Okay.
Okay. Then I say we go chronologically from 1 to 11.
Okay.
So let's start with the first one. Halloween from 1978, the OG, the masterpiece everyone loves.
Everybody loves. Only psychos don't love it.
Yeah, right. I mean, do these people really exist that don't like this movie? I don't think so. It's just like an urban legend or something.
Actually, I can think of one person.
What?
My mother. Does that count?
Well, maybe she has to rewatch it.
No, she just doesn't like scary movies. I think the boys can agree. It's kind of funny because the one day she was here and I had my Michael Myers mask out in one of the rooms and she was just like, I can't go in that room. I'm like, why? She's like, because that mask is out. I'm like, Mom, it's William Shatner. She's like, no, it's not. I'm like, don't let me go into like this whole spiel. So I had to put it away because it scared her.
Yeah, but I think Halloween, as let's say as a single movie without the franchise, it's so iconic. It has the opening kills is one of the most iconic kills in horror history. The music is iconic. Jamie Lee Curtis is iconic. You have Donald Pleasance, who is iconic as fuck. So, wow, so much things to love there.
Do you know that I read about Jamie Lee like a while ago? She was the only true teenager on that set, and she made $8,000 for that movie.
Yeah.
I read that about her, and she does not like scary movies, by the way.
Oh, really?
And she's a scream queen.
Yes, she's basically the scream queen of the 80s.
And fun fact, the original name for this movie was The Babysitter Murders.
Yes, that's correct. Oh, you did your homework, your trivia.
Well, I actually know about this movie. Like this whole movie was like based on like a small budget, right? So like they wanted it all to take place in one night, and like obviously with the Halloween mask, he just told them, the makeup crew, to go get the cheapest mask you can find at the Halloween store, and it was the Captain Kirk mask, and they just spray painted it white and got rid of the eyebrows and the sideburns.
And it got one of the most iconic masks in horror history.
Definitely. So curious question, do you know where the Shape came from? Because that's like his name, like the nickname, the Shape.
I think because they I knew it, I read about it, but I can't remember it. Wait, let me think.
It comes from the Salem witch trials.
Yeah, right.
Because they refer to the spirits as those that harm others, and they call them the Shapes. So that's where the term comes from.
Yeah, right.
And another fun fact, the sound effects for all the stabbing noises, they used a watermelon.
Yeah, they were so creative back then with the noises, because most, let's call it low-budget horror movies had to make their own noises because they had no special effects or sound effects in this case, and many of them used watermelons and other stuff to create iconic, or not iconic, but realistic sounding sounds. Was that a sentence? I think so.
Okay, so this is one thing I have to say about this movie. Okay.
I think I know what's coming.
Do you? This is the one thing that drives me nuts, and I'm sure it drives everybody nuts.
Yeah.
So he gets institutionalized at a young age. Michael.
I know what's coming. Yeah.
How does he learn to drive? And so well.
Well, we talked about this beforehand because you asked me this. And I said, well, he's an American. Americans have cars. They are so easy, even Americans can drive it. So, yeah. I mean, they are all like...
I don't know. If you've been on the road over here, there's a lot of people who, just because they have a license, don't know how to drive.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe
I've been hit by a few.
Maybe he just trusts his instincts and let it roll. Keep rolling.
Oh, jeez, Limp Bizkit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my...
I forgot you're old, too.
You're so funny.
Yeah, the truth hurts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Totally. This is one thing that annoyed me a little bit in this movie, too. I think... Was it Linda? I think it was Linda who always... Totally. Like, oh, yeah, okay, totally.
That was kind of like that was like a thing back then, right? Like, totally, dude, and like all those like whatever.
Exactly.
Young pups. Overall, though, what would you rate that movie?
I think it's a 10 out of 10. I mean,
same.
Should we really discuss that?
Oh, one other fun fact I forgot to tell you. I'm sure if you probably know this. You know they shot that movie in the springtime, right?
Yeah.
They painted all the leaves to be fall colors.
Oh, I did not know that. That's
yeah,
funny.
they painted all the leaves, and then each scene where they reshot, they had to move those painted leaves into that scene.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
But I wrote down they only had 5 kills in this movie. I think it's the movie with the least kills.
Yeah, I would say so.
And I mean, I think it's good they didn't show it, but also a dog gets killed in the movie and probably eaten by Michael.
I don't even want to think about it. Okay, so yeah. Did you want to talk about Rob Zombie's first Halloween, or just save that until the end?
No, we go chronologically from the year to year to year, so it comes later.
Okay, so Halloween 2 then.
Yes. So, what are your thoughts about Halloween 2?
He was shot 6 times.
Yeah, right. He says it so often.
6 times.
And yeah.
I don't know, like I like it, but just like watching it and like, you know, working in that field and seeing things that happen, you're like, that wouldn't happen. Like, for example, the doctor's giving the injection, the doctor's drawing the blood, the whole scene where they're in the patient bathtub or whirlpool. No, that wouldn't happen. So there's like a list of things that I was like, yeah, no, but like I have to usually go in that watching this movie and not think stuff like this, you know what I mean? And like the whole time, because she broke her foot, right? How is she able to get away so fast with a broken foot?
She's a fast crawler. I don't know.
And runner. I don't know about you, but I don't like I'm not a big fan of pain. So if I have like a broken foot or an ankle and wait 4 weeks to get it x-rayed, I complain the whole time. I
Well,
am not running.
well, how often do you get chased by a serial killer? Yes.
Daily.
Really? Cat killers don't count.
Oh, that was Dexter, by the way.
No, I think, I mean, you are a nurse, you know about this, but adrenaline in your body and yada yada yada. Well,
Yeah.
so let's use this. Making a lot of fans now, but I'm not a fan of this movie. I think it's more like mediocre at best. Because all the creepy atmosphere in the first one, all this eeriness, that basically it turns into a mediocre slasher movie. There's nothing special and it's just... And if anyone wants to fight me, they have to fight John Carpenter as well, because he hates it as well.
Yep.
And for everyone who doesn't believe me, watch In Search of Darkness Part 1. There he says he's not a fan of this movie, and that's why he basically left the series after this movie was done.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I mean, I think the hospital setting is cool and everything, but I don't know, it's so poorly executed. Like,
there's so much more they could have done.
Yeah, right.
And I get it, like, same thing, low budget, and like they want to stick with like just that, but there's so much more, and he was shot 6 times.
Oh wait, I'll send you a word and you tell me how this is pronounced.
Hold on, I'm just getting it. Oh, it's the Halloween word.
Yeah. And how...
I know.
Huh?
I know it's funny. I always pronounce it weird.
Yeah, then pronounce it weird.
I want to hear.
Most people pronounce it wrong, so...
I want to hear you pronounce it.
I'll do it afterwards.
No, I want to hear you pronounce it.
Yeah. No, I asked you because I want to know if you know it.
I do know it, but I don't... It's Owen.
Yeah, right. Because most people say Samhain or something like that, but no, it's actually Samhain.
Yep, Samhain.
Yeah. And a fun fact about this movie too, like I told you before, we have this hard bands and soft bands of movie which are a little bit more violent. For our audience who, I don't know why, but didn't listen to our last excellent podcast, soft ban is when you can only buy it in the store if you ask it. So they're basically not displayed anywhere. You have to go to the counter and ask, hey, have you this movie? And hardband is basically like they are not available to buy in Germany, mostly Germany. And Halloween 2 is still hardband in Germany since 1983.
Oh, really?
Yes. The only way you can get this movie uncut is, of course, of Germany's glorious neighbor Austria. I mean, in German with German subs and dubs and everything. So, yeah. And
go ahead.
I just want to say, and they actually, we see this when we go to the next Halloween movie. They plan to be this as the last part of the Michael Myers legacy, so to speak.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah.
They should have stopped in general after the first one.
Yeah, definitely.
As much as I like Michael Myers, I felt like all the other ones were pointless, but we will continue on.
Well, I think there are some up and downs, but yeah, most of them are more like, meh, no, thank you.
Yeah.
But what would you rate Halloween 2 from 1981?
Actually, I gave it a 6.
Oh, generous. I gave it a 5.
It's not too far off.
Nope. But a little fun fact, they doubled the kills because in this movie there were 10 people killed.
10 people.
Yes.
It's funny? I didn't even do like the kill counts.
Yes, I did it because I just thought I add them for random trivia. But then let's go on to, let's call it the underdog of the Halloween movies. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
I'll let you start this one.
Well, to be honest, it's one of my movies of Halloween I actually like, because like I said before, they planned the Halloween thing as an anthology. So like they tried to with every movie to do something new. But since they had the first 2 movies with Michael Myers, then suddenly with no Michael Myers, people were upset and wanted him back. So they said, okay, let's bring Mikey back then for the 4th part.
Mhm.
So that's why in Halloween 3 there's no Michael Myers. I think you can even see in a TV the trailer or some scenes from the original Halloween playing.
Mm-hmm.
And although there's no Michael Myers, I still like this movie.
I thought it was okay. I don't mind it. I found it was entertaining. And I get what you're saying, how it's was put into the Halloween franchise. I just felt like it just didn't need to be there, to be honest. It should have just been a movie on its own. Like why?
Well,
And I know what you're saying, what they wanted to do, but it's still.
yeah,
And
technically it should be, it was planned as a movie on its own, and the Halloween 4 would, like, I don't know, be about killers in hockey masks, and then Halloween 5 is about witch in the woods,
oh,
and so on and so on.
oh my goodness, my dog's been drinking so much water this whole time. You hear him?
Yep, we all can hear
My goodness. And like he's like licking dog bowls that are empty. Um anyway, because they just ate. So anyway, I still like enjoyed the story overall though. Like and I like got the concept and everything of it. I just there was a whole scene that I can't watch though.
it. Yeah, it's when the kid dies and his face basically gets turned into roaches and stuff like this, and there is a snake in it.
Yeah, like the roaches and bugs
Don't
don't bug me,
don't bug me.
but when the snake comes out, ugh.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't really remember there's a snake in it until
Oh
you
yeah, I
told
know.
me.
I texted you. I was like,
But
nope.
even though it's a little bit annoying too, but it's also very catchy. The TV song is 2 more days to Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. 2 more days to Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
It's funny. That's a very catchy tune.
It's so catchy. It's like in the movie it's so annoying a little bit, but it's still so catchy.
It's true.
And we didn't talk about the best thing in Halloween 3 at all. It's of course Tom Atkins. I don't know why, but he is such a charismatic actor. I like him in every movie.
Who doesn't like him?
Psychos.
Exactly. Okay. So, what would you rate this one?
Well, since there were a lot of kills,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the let's call it the androids thing was a little bit, okay. And the end was a little bit over the top. I still give it a 7 out of 10.
7? So did I.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Even with the snake.
So then you can start with Halloween 4.
Oh, Halloween 4. And this is where we get introduced to dun, 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 Danielle Harris,
Oh yes, a very
who
very young
plays
Danielle Harris.
who plays Jamie Lloyd.
And who
And
is
this
Jamie Lloyd?
she is, oh my god, I just drew a blank. Oh my goodness. She's Laurie's daughter,
Exactly.
who is Michael Myers' niece, who this takes like it's supposed to take 10 years later. He's in a coma, and then he hears them talking about that he has a surviving family member, and then he wakes up, and then obviously all shit goes to hell. Um so when they're like transferring him, uh they didn't transfer him properly.
Yep. Someone
I'm
would say
sorry.
something got wrong here, and they
I,
have a little oopsie.
what?
Someone would say they have a little oopsie by transferring him.
Oh, big time. Like if you're gonna be transferring some like hardened criminal, don't you think you'd have some better
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know, better security, just saying.
Probably.
Or
And
fun.
when it's
And
like,
he would should have been in restraints.
yeah, and especially when he's like a serial killer who got shot 6 times and stuff like that.
And is
And
still alive.
burned, and well, that's actually the reason they wanted to kill him off, because that's why the hospital exploded at part 2, because they said, okay, the storyline of Michael is over, he's dead, let's move on. And then in Halloween 4, yeah, it's not so bad, it's okay.
It's okay, he's fine. He just walked it off.
Yeah. But
Go ahead, sorry.
to be honest, Halloween 4 is, as some of you know, most of you probably know, the first part of the Thorn trilogy. And I hate this trilogy so much. It sucks so hard.
I'm not a big fan of it either.
I mean, the kills are okay, and Michael is thriving again. Danielle Harris is a fan favorite, and Donald Pleasance is enjoyable as always, even though at the end he gets a little bit, let's call it, weird towards Jamie, but yeah, he's a little bit insane. What I think was a good idea, where I think they should have continued with this, is the ending.
What do you mean?
When basically Danielle Harris or Jamie pulled on the mask and stood there in front of Loomis with a big knife. And I think they wanted. I think I can't
She
remember.
killed her
She killed
foster mom.
her foster mom, exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't think they showed it.
No, they just kind of did like the same thing as the original Michael Myers, where they show like his point of view, and then they didn't really, except for they didn't show the stabbing, and then they just showed her standing at the top of the stairs with a pair of scissors and covered in blood. So
Yeah, exactly.
and then like, and then it takes you into the next one, and it's like they treated what she did as like it was nothing.
Yeah, or maybe it was
like,
just a dream.
Like yeah, they institutionalized her and everything, but like when they treat her like she's like this good kid, but really in reality, no, you killed somebody. And like of course you're not gonna like treat a kid like poorly, but still it was like in the next movie it's like everything's happy-go-lucky kind of a thing with her, if you kind of get what I mean.
Yeah, I get it. But I think that even the mask looked a bit weird in this one. It was like,
It did.
I don't know, it had such a weird look.
It didn't look like the original.
Yeah, I think the story is they lost the original. No one knows where the original is.
Yeah, It definitely did. That's why I always say from the beginning, like I feel like the other ones weren't needed. Like if you were going to continue from the first one, then continue with that storyline, not like all this other crap.
I think I can remember it was in Search of Darkness,
Hmm.
where I think it was Nick Castle said after they filmed the first one, he got the mask, so he took it home as a prop and a souvenir and whatnot. And then they said, "Hey, we wanna make a second part. We need the mask." And he was like, "Okay, here, can have it." But then the mask got lost. Nobody knows where it is. And that's like insane if you think it's such an iconic set piece. How can this get lost?
I I don't know. Do you have an answer to that?
I have no clue. Probably someone just stole it and thought, ha, mine. And then they died and now it's rotting anywhere in a trunk or something like that.
Probably.
Well, since we had 16 kills in Halloween 4, how would you rate this movie?
Because I think it was better out of that trilogy, I actually gave it a 7 just because I think it was better
Okay.
out of all of them.
Yeah, fair enough. I give it a 6.
Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yep. So let's move on to Halloween 5, aka The Revenge of Michael Myers.
And I hated this one.
Yeah, it went pretty fast downhill from here.
It did, because like, okay, so now what? They have that psychic connection. She sees what he's doing. And don't get me wrong, as a young actress, she did amazing though. I'm
Oh
gonna give her
yes,
that.
she's awesome. She plays
She,
this mute girl so awesome, so good. Props to
but
her.
it's not her fault. The movie was shit.
No, of course not. I mean, even at the beginning when Michael gets flushed away by the lake or river or whatever, and then he gets picked up from a hobo, and this hobo or whatever it is cares for him for 1 fucking year. It's like, what?
Yeah,
What?
it makes no. Yep, it makes no sense.
No, it's so. What?
Yep,
And
it
I think
makes no sense.
I think everything is a little bit how do I say this, stupefied.
Yes.
There's one scene where I can't remember why, but two cops come out of the house, I think where Jamie lives, and while they come out you hear this clown noises. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, movie?
I you know what? I'm baffled by it because it just, like you said, it goes downhill.
Yeah, at least the kills are from a gore hound perspective okay. They are nothing special, but like, okay.
This one's, I'm just not a big fan of it. I'm not.
No, and I think it was the first one too, where Michael got this thorn tattoo on his hand and wrist, something. Like,
Yep.
why?
Which I think, I've seen some people out in the horror community that have that tattoo on them.
Yeah. Again, why?
I agree. Like, I get it. It's iconic or part of the Michael Myers franchise. But in reality, I wouldn't get something like that on my body because I thought it was dumb.
Yeah.
Um,
And wait, let me recheck.
like it's not like, I'll give an example. It's a whole different style of movies. The Harry Potter films. A lot of people have the always tattoo symbol on them, so it's like the triangle with the elder wand and all that. See, that I get.
Yep.
I get that. Not this one with the Myers.
No, that's weird. By the way,
Yeah.
I forgot something earlier at Halloween 4, because it's the same thing here at Halloween 5.
Yeah.
Both movies got a soft ban in Germany until 2013.
They both got
Yep, they were both soft
until
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 2013.
oh my God, really?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So, okay.
So basically, since 7 years, you can buy this movie legally in Germany.
So, okay. Now I have a question.
Yes.
Because you have all these movies that were banned.
Yes.
Um, so like now the Michael Myers movies, like they weren't like obviously they're banned in Germany, but you still could access them obviously in Austria, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm wondering if like these people in Germany, could they stream it? Could they like how is that possible?
Mm, they have like cut versions of it, so where every little bit more brutal scene got
Happy?
cut out. Not happy, but it's like most of the kills were off screen then. Because if someone
Okay.
gets killed, they just make a cut and that's it. So you see
That
the
would
knife going down and then cut and next scene. And in the
so
original, you
like
see the knife going down and stabbing on the victim, for example.
so like people in Germany, when they finally get to watch these movies with all the killings, they're probably like, whoa, mind blown.
Well, I think not really, because first of all, most people always find their ways. Of course,
It's true.
there's always this black market for movies and stuff like this. And
It's true.
second, Austria is not this far away, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's
But
true.
since Germany is the main distributor of uh, dubbing movies in German and stuff like this, some movies are very hard to get over here. So, like I told you with the Slumber Party Massacre, it's still no German release over here
Mm-hmm.
because Germany banned it, and Austria is not sure is the interest in this movie high enough to distribute it and stuff like this, and there are legal stuff like rights and everything. It's very complicated.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I have another movie ordered from Jamie Lee. Yes, I showed you the German name of it.
The Terror Train.
Yes, the Terror Train. Because
You're like, try to guess the name of this movie, and I was like, well, I see the train, and it's Jamie Lee Curtis, so Terror Train.
yeah, because the German name is Monster im Nachtexpress, which basically means like monster on the night train. It's like, okay, whatever.
Which works, kind of,
Kind
but
of.
it's like, kind of, but like, why? I don't know.
But the release is a first time release, I think, on Blu ray in Austria and Germany, and it's limited to 99 copies.
Oh, really?
Yep.
And you got yourself a copy.
Yep.
That's awesome. When you get
Yeah.
it.
Should be arriving next week. Or if this podcast gets aired this week.
That's awesome.
So, back to Halloween 5.
Yes.
We got a little bit
No.
sidetracked. Yeah, then let's go to the rating of the 20 kills in Halloween 5.
No. Okay, ready for it?
Yes.
5 out of 10.
Okay, 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
And now we enter a new low, or a first low, at least for me, of the Halloween series. It's Halloween 6. The Curse of Michael Myers.
Can I just point something out about this movie?
Paul Rudd doesn't age.
Exactly. I feel like he's a vampire, and I'm just gonna give you my rating for him in this movie is a 10 out of 10.
Oh, for him? Yeah, okay.
Because I like Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd is cool, but
This movie
still sucks.
The movie still sucked, but I think this was his first movie.
Or at least one of his, let's call it major roles, yeah?
Yeah. That's why I give him a 10 out of 10. But it's not his fault. Again, the movie sucked.
And
I would I
yes?
rewatched it and I was like, ugh, why am I refreshing on this one? I
Oh
was like, why
yes.
can't I just skip it?
Everything's so off, this whole cult thing and everything. And you know what's the really sad part is? This was Donald Pleasant's last movie he shot.
Oh yeah.
Because he died shortly after it.
Yeah. That was sad. It was actually his anniversary of his death this past week.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I did
'Cause
not know that.
I think he just died a couple yeah, in February. I'm just gonna pull it up here on good old Google.
Good old Google.
um
Yeah, and since we have a tradition to continue, this movie is soft banned in Germany. Still, there's no release, there's still soft banned.
Is it really? This movie?
Yes.
Really?
And I think it only exists in the US, or at least it doesn't exist in German. We don't have the producer's cut either, so we only have the theatrical cut.
And sorry, just to kind of go back to his anniversary, Donald's, it was February 2nd,
Ah, okay.
1995. So yeah, this past week.
Yeah. Oh.
Um so this movie,
It sucks, yes.
yeah, it's dumb because it's like the cult takes Jamie and Michael. Jamie gives birth to a baby. Jamie gets killed by Michael. This baby is
It's
found by Paul Rudd, and it's like it just goes on and on and on and on. And I'm like, can this movie get any worse? And same thing. How does Jamie know how to drive?
because Americans.
Again, these people know how to drive.
Yeah, American cars are idiot proof, so everyone can drive it.
So you'd be able to drive it then.
I can even drive it manual, so I don't think, or at least, and I've never driven an automatic, so let's see. What can go wrong? What can go wrong?
This movie. I even have written here, how does Jamie learn to drive? In big letters and question mark. I didn't know. This movie is like the worst for me. This one and one other one.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it's the second worst for me.
Ugh, they're kind of on the same level, these two.
So how would you rate this glorious 17 kills in this movie?
Okay, so Paul Rudd.
10 out of 10, we know that.
Yep. And I gave it a 3.
I give it a 2 out of 10.
You were more generous than me.
I don't think I'm generous when my rating is lower.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I was more generous.
Exactly.
I think I had a dyslexic moment there.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm used to it.
Oh God, we're on to the next one.
So, my little dyslexic co-host, let's go on to Halloween Age 20. Honestly, I like this one.
It was okay. I like it that it was updated and you had more like updated actors in it, like Josh Hartnett, a young Josh Gordon-Levitt, a young Michelle Williams. So it was like kind of like back to your 90s kind of slasher like film idea.
Yeah,
so I kind of get it.
I think basically because the movie was made in the 90s, maybe.
Really?
Yes.
Like so 1998.
Yes. And maybe there was this little movie called Scream, which everyone tried to copy and hop onto with this meta thing about horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And every horror movie tried to be a little bit more funny and referential. I think. Mm-hmm. Wait, let me think. Yes, in Halloween Age 20, they are watching Scream 2 on a TV because in Scream 1, they were watching the original Halloween. So
Oh
this
yeah,
was a little tribute.
I like that. Yeah, I do.
But
I do remember that.
and I don't know if you know this, but do you know who played um, Jamie Lee Curtis' mom in this movie?
Yes, but I can't remember her name.
Her name is Janet Leigh, and she played in this. It's a little unknown movie called Psycho.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, I think the scene is like something like when she tells Jamie Lee to stay safe or something like this. When she goes to her car, you can hear the Psycho music in the background. And the car the mother drives is the same as she had driven in Psycho.
Why did I not catch that?
Because you're not into horror movies like me.
Apparently not. I hate horror. But you do know that that's actually Jamie Lee's real mom, right?
Yes, it's her real mom. I know this. Yes.
And I love how they do the photo, the psycho photo.
Oh yes,
Like
this
they're
is
how
so
she
awesome. Yes,
recreates the
yes.
psycho photo of her mom.
Oh yes, it's so awesome.
I don't know. Yeah. And it's kind of crazy because I find that they don't look alike at all. Like there might be some similarities, but
Yeah, right. It's. I wouldn't have guessed it if I hadn't read it, because yeah, they don't look this much alike.
because like okay, I'm gonna send this to you. I just found a picture of them side by side,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like there's some similarities, but not a whole lot.
Well, to be honest, it's the same thing with Carrie Fisher and Billy Lord. They
Yeah,
they really don't look the same either, but yeah.
actually, no, I find that they do. To be honest, I find them they do.
Well, a little bit, but you wouldn't make the connection if you don't know it.
Uh, I don't know.
And yeah, the photo you sent me, yeah. They have some similarities, but it's hard to tell.
Mm-hmm. 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 We haven't done that in a long time. Okay, look. Now I'm gonna send you a picture of Carrie Fisher and her daughter. There you
Okay.
go. Send.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. You can kinda see it if you want to.
If you want to.
Yeah, like if you put it this way, you would say no, there are not this much similarities.
Agree to disagree?
Okay, moving on.
Okay. So, back to Halloween 7.
Oh right, we were Halloween. Yes, Halloween.
20 years later. Um, like it wasn't like a favorite, but like it was still entertaining.
Yes, it was like, how to say this? It was like Scream revived Halloween, and you can
Mm-hmm.
feel it
It's
because
true.
all the things and, like I said, the meta humor and everything. It was very Scream-esque. Let's put it this way. That's even why there are not as many kills as in the previous movies. There are only 7 kills again. And there
Mm-hmm.
were a lot of storytelling and atmosphere and everything. So that's why I like this movie a lot more than 4, 5, 6.
Okay, then what would you rate this one then?
I gave this one an 8 out of 10. Yep,
Wow.
I really like this one. Well, I
Really?
really like the Scream movies, so, and every movie which is a little bit of a copycat of the Scream formula, I like automatically. So,
Okay, so you want to hear my rating?
yes.
Overall, that I thought it was entertaining, but as part of the whole Halloween franchise, You ready for it?
Da-dum-da-dum.
5 out of 10.
Jesus. That's
I
harsh.
know. I
That's
know.
harsh.
I know.
Then quickly move on to the next movie.
Oh my god, this one was a wasted time.
It really is. Who thought this would have been a good idea?
It kind of like has it kind of goes with like the Blair Witch kind of project kind of idea. Like the first
Yeah.
person view with the camera. Like I get the concept, the idea of it, and I thought that okay, that's kind of a cool idea. But like rewatching it, I was like, oh my god. And like I had to like look away at some scenes because I was like, I'm gonna
Oh,
be sick.
oh,
I can't
the
handle
shaky
that before.
cams. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas when I was younger, when I watched it, I was okay. And it's hard to believe this movie only came out 2002.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, my dog just came in my face. It's like he wanted like attention. Buster Rhymes was in it.
Yeah, it's noticeable because I don't know. No offense to him, but he's so annoying.
Aw, I like him.
Especially the
I'm not like a major fan.
the kung fu shit at the end. Like Jesus, seriously.
Oh yeah, that okay, that was comical. You gotta admit that.
No, it
Um,
was. And then we had
and
what's her name? Tyra Banks? I don't know. I don't care.
Lori dies at the beginning. Like, see you in hell.
Oh yes, this was so enraging.
I know. I was like,
Jesus, what the fuck are you doing?
She was the Scream Queen.
Yeah, and she doesn't even get a glorious death scene or something like this. It's like, yeah, we have first kill of the movie, Laurie, you're just here, so die in the first, I don't know, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever.
I know, she goes, she falls off the roof or something?
Yes, and gets stabbed by Michael and everything.
Yep, and says, see you in hell, and it was like, oh, well, this sucks.
I mean, I think we talked about this, so just for everyone listening, a little spoiler for Final Destination 2. I liked it how they did in Final Destination 2 with, what's her name? I think Claire, the survivor from the first movie. They kept her alive very long until the last, I don't know, half hour, not even half hour, 20 minutes. And then she suddenly died of an accident. That's like, okay, that's a satisfying death. But this here, what the fuck was this?
Yeah, no clue. No idea.
Nope.
I got nothing.
This one is a 1 out of 10 for me.
Mine, it was a 2 out of 10.
Okay, you're very generous.
It could, yeah, I was on this one. But, like, I get the concept. It was a cool idea, but it was dumb. It was so dumb. And then there's, like, underground tunnels or something to the house. Like what is happening?
And this, no, let's not talk about this. This sucked. Let's. Okay, now let's go on to our first remake here on this list. From director Rob Zombie comes Halloween.
Okay, so with Rob Zombie's Halloween, I actually liked it. The first one. I didn't like hate it. I didn't think it was like overly amazing. I enjoyed it for Rob Zombie's style, and he kind of kept it almost true to the original, if you think about it.
Yes,
almost.
He did. Yeah, I mean, like there's always this white trash family in his movies for some reason.
Yeah, hillbilly.
Yeah, not hillbilly, but white trash. Really, like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Who are these people? Why are these people?
He does. He keeps that, and like he kind of explored more with Michael as a child, whereas like the original Halloween, right? You see what he does to his sisters, and then he just like walks out of the house, and it's just him. You know what I mean? And like nothing. Whereas this one, it kind of just shows that, you know, he was like a troubled kid, bullied. Psycho torturing animals, you know what I mean? And then loses his shit on the bully, that kid on the way home from school. It's like he snaps. and then kills his dad. Like, and here's the other thing. Okay, so when he in Rob Zombies, when he kills his dad, how did he like? Was his dad like intoxicated or such in a deep sleep that you didn't feel somebody was taping you up?
I have no idea. It's like, to be honest, this whole young Michael backstory, I didn't like because it demystified everything around Michael.
It does.
In the first Halloween, you have this little kid who killed his sister, and he has the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes, and whatnot. And there's this little mystery to it. And now, when he sees he's just a whiny little bully who just snaps, it could be anyone from the Instagram community as well. So, like the...
That's true. This is true. I like how you threw that in there.
I'm sorry, but yeah.
That's true. But like, as like, like I get what you're saying, but as like I still absolutely will love OG before this one. But as this movie as a whole, it beats out a lot of the fucking sequels to my Halloween. I will say that for me.
Okay.
It's entertaining, and it's got like that Rob Zombie gruesome, effects.
Oh yes.
It kills, stuff like that. And so like I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and that's why you guessed it. It's soft banned in Germany. Because Rob Zombie is always this gruesome, gritty thing, and Germany doesn't like this.
Well, it makes sense.
I think the only movies that are not soft banned are 31, 3 from Hell, and what's it called? Salem Slot?
Oh,
no.
Lords of
Salem.
Salem.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I think every other movie got soft banned.
Yeah.
Which I can understand. He's let's call it an old school gritty horror movie maker.
And like that's his style, right? And even think about it when it comes to his music videos and like his songs and everything, and like House of a Thousand Corpses, that's his style,
Yep.
So
you should eat something. I hear your I hear your belly growling.
Technically, it is my supper time, but no, it's Jax. He is playing with the rat.
The rat, okay.
The rat is here, so he's playing with him.
It sounds like he's devouring the rat.
It does. He can be very vocal sometimes. Like, he's not a barker, this one. He's actually pretty quiet. But when he's playing, he can be vocal. So,
okay.
Yeah. It's my other one that barks. The old man. Anyway.
So, we had 22 kills here. How would you rate them?
Oh, shit. It was 22 kills?
Yes.
That's awesome. I would rate this one 6 out of 10.
Oh, same. 6 out of 10.
Which, by the way, did you notice who was in this one? One of the teen girls. You there?
Drawing a blank right here. Danielle Harris?
Yeah, she was in it.
Oh, right. And I think Brad Dourif, the voice of Chucky, played the sheriff, if I remember correctly.
He did. That was her dad. And the one thing I found kind of awkward, because, like, you see her topless in this movie, right?
And I didn't think it was awkward. It was,
No, the awkward part was her dad comes in the house and she's there topless. And at first she was covering herself, and then she rolled onto her back, and it was like, "Hey, Dad, there's my boobs."
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. I would still be like, "I'm in pain. I've been stabbed, but I'm covering myself."
Yeah, like I said, adrenaline, everything. So yeah. Don't growl at me for this.
Okay, so moving on to the second one, and I told you, I was like, I'm not rewatching this garbage.
Okay, then let's do this very quick, because Jesus, what the fuck was this? The sound Jax makes right now is the sound of me watching this movie.
I think he agrees.
I mean, it was basically Michael was a hobo the whole time. Like, what the fuck with his long beard and everything? And then his visions from his mom with this white horse, and what is going on?
You know what's funny? I actually like because you just mentioned that. There's a meme. You've probably seen it going around. Something about with Rob Zombie. And it's like among the lines of if you want to get laid, you got to keep your wife in every movie and you make random roles. So, and then it's a picture of her with the white horse. It was, I'll have to send it to you. I think it's so funny.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
but to be honest, the thing that annoyed me the very, very most, even if it's like only a, I don't know, 5 second scene, is when Michael. It was at the end of the movie when Michael and Loomis got together, like showdown and everything, and Michael said to die. Like, what the fuck? Michael doesn't talk. Get the fuck
yeah,
out of here.
I didn't like that. And then it's just like, and then with the ending where like the girl's like going like crazy and just, and I'm gonna be honest, like, okay, to kind of go back with his style and his kills are so brutal. Like the whole nurse scene, I was like, okay, that's enough. Oh my god. You know?
Oh, and fun fact, of course, this movie is soft banned in Germany as well.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
But yeah, I didn't like this movie at all. It was, I don't know, it totally missed the tone of everything.
It did, and that's why I told you I was like, I'm not watching it. I'm not redoing it.
Even the new Jamie was so annoying this whole movie. This little emo whatever thing. Yeah, I get she had a traumatic event happening, but Jesus, she's so annoying. She's such a brat and just a dickhead to everyone, and so annoying.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. I watched it and I was like, ugh. And I do know people who actually love this movie, and I'm just like, you know what? To each their own. Everybody has their own opinions, right? But this is one that I was like, just like majority of the franchise of Michael Myers.
I mean, yeah, everyone has their opinions, but this opinion, when you like this movie, is just wrong.
Yeah,
you have
it's
the
true.
wrong opinion.
You have the wrong opinion because you like it. Yeah. You're wrong.
Get some movie taste if you like this movie. Jesus.
Yeah.
Get yourself together, man.
Yeah.
So, how would you rate this movie?
How would I rate this movie? I give it a 3 out of 10.
Yep, same here.
Wow, we actually agreed on one.
We agreed on some.
Well, okay, so yeah, we did. There are some that we did. Yeah. Obviously, the first one and Paul Rudd, we agreed on that one.
Yeah. And then it's not much difference. The only difference we had was in age 20, because I liked it more. But except from that, we didn't have much difference in our rating.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe this will change, because we have one movie left.
Ooh, my stomach just growled. Did you hear that?
Yep.
You did? You heard my stomach?
Very quietly, like...
That was my stomach. Oh my god. Okay.
Let's talk about Halloween 2018, who is stupidly called Halloween only for reasons nobody knows.
I know.
And we have, I think this is the 4th timeline now.
Yeah. Because if you think of it, like kiboshes everything that happened after the first Halloween.
Yes. They even, how do you say it, denied the brother-sister relationship between Michael and Jamie.
Yeah.
I say Jamie. Laurie, sorry.
Yeah. and you could say uncle and niece relationship.
No, I mean Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael.
Yeah, I know that, but I was just trying to help you out on that aspect because you messed up. But
No, if I do a mistake, I'll stand to it. So,
Aw, you're
I,
the first guy who did that ever. I think you deserve an award.
yeah, give me a cookie.
A cookie? That's what you want? All right.
Yes, cookie.
All right.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I will FedEx it to you.
Thank you. That's what I'm waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no, yeah, this movie basically erases every other movie after the first one. We have Jamie Lee Curtis back, yay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I saw this movie when it came out in the cinema I think it was in English with German subtitles even.
Oh, really?
Yep. And I have to say one thing.
Oh my goodness.
Don't bark at me like that.
Neighbor, sorry. We know this is never a
Then
podcast without them interrupting.
then tell your neighbor he shouldn't bark so loud as well. Like Jesus.
I know.
No, but what I really liked about this movie was the soundtrack.
Yeah, actually a decent soundtrack. It did.
It was so good. I really liked it, especially when I think her name was Allison, the daughter of Jamie Lee.
Mm-hmm.
When she basically met Michael for the first time and ran away from him, I totally loved this scene because of the soundtrack. It's so amazing.
Oh, it is. And you know what? Sometimes in movies, the music will break or make it, right?
Yeah, totally.
I am so sorry.
It's okay. I think we are all used to it at this point, so yeah.
I know. It just, and we're recording late, so it's like their like active time of the day for them.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but they're just doing their duty.
It's okay. So, what are your thoughts about Halloween
Um,
2018?
I thought it was like kind of funny how it like kiboshed all the sequels, obviously, right? It acted like none of them existed. I hate the title. Like, why
Yeah.
couldn't they come up with something more creative? And then I'm gonna kind of talk about this title and then bring on the other titles. So like Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, when I saw those like releases of these titles, I'm like, this has got to be a joke. Come on, this is a joke. Like, who makes these titles?
I had
And
the
then it
same
was
reaction.
like, I was like, oh, they're real.
I thought
Now,
they're probably like working titles or something like this. So, okay, I get it. And then, no, that's a real title. Like, what?
yeah, it's real.
I mean, Halloween Ends, okay, I can see it, whatever. But
Halloween Kill.
Kills, what the fuck?
And they should have just renamed this Halloween one. Like, I don't understand why they call it
Yeah.
Halloween. Like,
But why Halloween Kills? What was your inspiration? Was it Machete with Machete and Machete Kills? Like
the crossover with Jason.
maybe I don't know. It's so
Well,
the
we'll have
name
to
is
wait
so
and
stupid.
see. We'll have to wait and see, though, because it was supposed to come out this past year, and then it got pushed back.
Yeah.
And I was actually pretty excited to see it.
Do you wanna get more excited?
More excited?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because John Carpenter is involved in the production, obviously. He gave an interview a few days, I think, ago.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, of course, I get it, it's promotion and everything, but he said Halloween Kills is the ultimate slasher movie.
I'm excited. Okay, by the way, did you know the original Michael Myers returned back for this movie?
Oh yes, I know this.
So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
So Nick Castle came back.
But that's one thing, if you think of it. Like, Jamie is like, what, 60 years old in this movie?
Mm-hmm.
Michael is then how old?
Oh, he's got to be a lot older than her,
Yeah,
obviously.
his late 70s, probably.
Or like if you're saying, let's say if we say Jamie's 60, he's got to probably be like late 60s or early 70s because he wasn't like crazy older than her because she was a baby. And how old was he when he killed?
Six.
Did they say that? Yeah, so he's not that much older. So 6 years old is okay. So
Okay.
if Jamie's 60, he would have been 66.
Yeah, but still. Do you think many serial killers who are 66 are running around like he does? Like
No,
with all
because
his
they're
strength and
retired.
everything? Yeah, because
They're
they're old.
they're retired. They're retired.
That's probably what's going to happen in Halloween Ends. Michael just says, yeah, fuck this shit, I'm retiring, and goes to an island and
they
dies happily with a cocktail in his hand.
they're sitting on a porch sharing
Or
a
something like
glass
that.
of lemonade or something.
Can you remember back in the days when I killed all these young people? Oh.
Remember the time where you ran away from me and oh man.
Chasing each other in the wheelchair stand.
Yep, basically. Oh my goodness,
Okay,
that's too
let's go.
funny.
Let's go back to this movie. I really liked this
Um,
movie.
I did. I didn't like love it. I thought it was entertaining. Uh, fun fact: Polly Pocket and I saw it in theaters together, and it was kind of funny. Actually, I got a story about this.
Oh yes, story time.
So this was a new thing with the movie theaters here, where you have to pick your seats, and we picked our seats. We sat in the back as always, and then there was a couple that was like a seat down from us, and then another couple was a seat down from that couple. The couple in the middle, oh god, here I go. The girlfriend got a phone call. Think of the movie Scary Movie, where she's in the movie theater, like the spoof, and she gets a phone call and she's
Yeah,
like talking.
yeah.
That's what happened at the beginning of this movie.
Oh boy.
So the girl got a phone call and she was like chit chatting, like, girl, I'm just sitting in the movie theater with my man. She's going on and on. And then this guy from the other couple was like, shut up. Can you get off the phone? And then her boyfriend was like, don't talk to my woman like that. And she's like, my man's going to kick your ass. And me and Polly Pocket are like, we're going to die during a Halloween movie, or we should move. And like, it was one of those like eventful beginning of the movies. But what ended up happening, obviously Canadians.
They apologized.
Yeah, what happened was the one guy from the other couple got fed up. He went and reported them, and then that person like reported them like to the manager. The manager came in and was like, either you guys knock it off and turn your phone off, or you apologize and you can sit and watch the movie. And sure enough, they were like, sorry. They turned their phone off, and so I will never forget that. So it's kind of funny because I was telling Polly Pocket, I'm like, Halloween Kills. She's like, ugh. And she loves Michael Myers, but she only likes the first one.
Mm-hmm.
She will to this day will argue with me that she loves him better than Jason. And she's like, Halloween Kills? Really? She's like, we're going to see it? I'm like, yep, it's happening. So yeah, but
what a question, of course.
of course, I'm like, regardless, you still have to see it because it's part of the franchise, even if it sucks, right?
Yeah. Even
So,
if it has a shitty name like Halloween Kills.
right? So, stop. So, I don't know. I liked it, but Dexter didn't like it.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was entertaining, and I can't wait for the second one. I will say that.
Yeah, same here. Like I said,
Okay, so
I was happy
go ahead,
about this was, let's call it an old school slasher movie, because there were no really jump scares, there were long shots, there were tracking shots and stuff like this. I missed this in recent horror movies, so it was good, some old school horror craft thing
Yeah.
in this movie genre. So yeah, I liked it. So what
I'm
would
glad you
be
liked it.
your rating?
You know what? I gave it.
Drum rolls.
I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Oh, that's okay. I give it a 7 out of
Yeah,
10.
which is okay.
Yeah,
But I am looking forward to the new ones. I really am.
of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
So, and now you can explain why you love Jason more than Michael.
Because overall, I think Jason is a better slasher killer. He's like the original, the OG, like slasher killer. I think he's stronger. He's been through so much more trauma, like as in wise, like how he's been like, you know, went through like, oh my god, I'm like drawing a blank right now. Like he's had more injuries done to him, and he's come back stronger every single time. Sorry to do the whole Canadian thing, but I like hockey, hockey mask. Like I
So
don't.
obvious.
His story can be ridiculous, but it doesn't like. I don't find that it falls far from like how like Michael Myers it just like okay, so now we're gonna throw in a cult here. He was shot 6 times, blah blah. Whereas this just keeps going like they're like he's kind of a supernatural kind of being, right? And it just keeps going and going and going from that. Um, and so like I overall like Jason's movies overall, and I like his character as a whole. Like don't get me wrong, I still like Michael Myers, but I like only one film, and that's the first one. Whereas the rest all fell flat for me. Whereas you can go back to our Friday the 13th special, and there's maybe like a couple of them that I didn't really care for, but the rest it was like oh love 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 love,
Yep.
and it's more entertaining and like. And I love how they combine him and Freddie together. Like that's like an ultimate duo. My coworker said that he saw a video movie. He was trying to fight with me on it. He's not a horror person. And he's like, I saw it. It was like Freddy versus Myers. I'm like, that's not a real movie. He's like, yes, it is. And he pulled it up. And I was like, that's a fan-made movie. And so he's like, why are they not together? And I'm like, because I don't know. It would be cool to kind of see a Jason versus Myers movie, not gonna lie. I'm surprised they never did that.
Okay,
Or
this
like
is something I wanted to ask. We had Freddy versus Jason. Let's take them both out of the equation. Who should Michael fight?
Jason. I think that would be an ultimate showdown.
Not Jason, not Freddy.
Oh, take them both out?
Yes, we take them both out.
So then who would Myers fight?
Yep.
I guess you could say Leatherface if we're taking Jason and Freddy out.
Yeah, this was my first thought too.
And you can get Rob Zombie to make it because he's known for the hillbilly movies.
Ooh, imagine Michael versus Leatherface directed by Rob Zombie and Michael Bay Productions.
Oh,
Jesus.
that would be interesting. That would. Jason's my boy. He's my boy. I like him.
I'm honestly surprised you don't have a
he,
dog called Jason.
No. Good idea for a future movie. No, it's what was I gonna say? He's the strong, silent type, and you know I get it. Michael Myers is too, but he walks around with a knife, and like Jason is creative.
Yeah, he has a machete.
Yeah, but then like he uses his like he's strong and like he's a big dude. And I'm not saying Myers isn't. I just like sometimes I find Jason comical, whereas Myers is just
Okay, let's just lay our cards down. You really like Kane Hodder.
Jason X.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean.
I like him. I do like that actor. But Jason X. No.
It's so amazing.
No.
Oh yes. You know this.
But like I said, overall, my favorite overall, I'm gonna say, obviously is Jason because I enjoy the movies more. And Michael Myers here, I'm kind of like every movie, I'm like, what is happening? Okay, so now like this whole like story is completely doesn't exist, and now we're gonna go with this storyline now. What the hell? Whereas Jason, it follows through. It's like
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
kind of, but it's not like all over the place. Like it doesn't go, hey, bam, guess what, Jason? Remember how your mom killed for you in the first one? We're gonna just completely cut that out and say that you're doing everything. So like, um,
Well, but then on the other hand, to be fair, we had the first Friday the 13th,
mm-hmm.
and then the second Friday the 13th, who played one day later, had like a fully grown Jason, where he was in the first one just a kid. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh,
Mm, mm.
uh. Don't come with logic, woman.
Whatever. Okay, then let me hear
Whatever.
your arguments.
For what?
Okay, who do you prefer better? Who do you prefer better, Jason or Myers?
Do you have a stroke? Should I call an ambulance or something like that?
Kind of did. It's kind of shocking. Go on.
No, I think I like Jason better too because he's just more fun and creative with the kills.
Yeah.
He of course he has his ridiculous moments, like his, let's call it his this unofficial Carrie versus Jason in part 7, or the ridiculous Jason X, or let's talk about the final Friday Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah.
It's like they were pretty ridiculous movies, and there were even bad ones, like Jason Takes Manhattan is not the best one, to be honest. It's like,
but that movie. Okay, let's go with that. Go ahead, get out. With that movie, there's a funny scene in there, and I love it. Where like those gangster kids are sitting there listening to their music, and Jason walks by and boots their.
the boombox.
What was it? Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm here to help you out. Don't worry.
And I love it. And then like they pull knives out on him, and he just like turns around and like takes his mask off, and they're like, "Okay, man." Like I love that scene.
Yeah, but still, it should be called Jason Takes a Boat to Manhattan for 1 hour and then strolls through Manhattan for like 20 minutes or something like that, and then goes home. Because it was not Jason Takes Manhattan.
Whatever, it's still a lot better than freaking Jason X.
No, it's not. We both know this. Uh-huh.
And I can't find that meme anywhere.
Probably because it doesn't exist. Ooh.
I swear it does. And I saw it everywhere before. It was saved on my other account because I thought it was hilarious. And now I can't find it anywhere. Because it was like a meme that came out obviously years ago.
Yeah, of course. Well, let's round this up. We talked about Jason a little bit long. We got a little bit
Because he's the favorite. Because he's the favorite. Oh.
Let's make this about Mikey again.
Okay.
Yeah, after all, what are your predictions of Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends? If you would guess, how would you rate them now?
Oh no.
Just from your feeling of your gut.
I got nothing, just because I don't know where this franchise is gonna go.
Well, to be honest, my prediction is, since the Halloween 2080 got a 7 out of 10, I think Halloween Kills will get a 6 or 7 as well. And since trilogies very, very, very often end with a bad movie, I'd say Halloween Ends probably gets a 5 out of 10.
I wonder if they're both gonna die in that movie.
Well, this would make the movie better. It's like the same thing.
Like it kills the franchise.
Yeah, like it would be the same thing like with the new Scream movie. If they kill Sydney or any other of the main cast from the original, then this movie gets 1 rating point up.
But even if they killed, let's say if they killed them both off in the final one, I'm gonna go with they'll still find some new way to bring them back to be like, oh, there was another cult. There was another cult. It was a whole witches thing, and they brought them back.
Probably, maybe Danielle Harris will return again as Jamie.
It makes you wonder if she'll be in the final one.
Yeah.
Or the next one coming out.
I'm curious about this too. Maybe as a little Easter egg or something like this, or cameo.
That would be awesome if she was in it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
It'd be pretty cool, like just like a quick cameo, like whatever, you know. Because overall, I like her. I just unfortunately she was given.
She's awesome. She's so awesome.
She was given poor movies, but she did a great job as a kid in those roles.
Oh yes, she did. She did.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap this one up. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of agreements, actually.
I know, and a lot of dog barking and weird noises from them.
And dog growling, stomach growling. We had everything nice.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
So we are preparing for our next podcast, Horror Movie with I.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be very interesting, I think.
Mm-hmm.
At least for me, because I know at least one movie which will be featured in this podcast.
And which one? Did you want to spoil it or no?
Oh, I can tell it because it's okay. Because it will be my pick of the movie with I. It's gonna be Inside, a French movie. It's going to be so much fun to talk about it.
I have like a few that I need to pick between.
I guess there are some iconic ones with I, and I think we still forget.
We'll still get it no matter which one I pick. So, yeah. Alrighty then. So until next time.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Then, bye.
Bye.